Hi, I'm Ellen Gormley and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing this lovely textured waves pattern, and you can see it's got some texture to it. There's some ridges here, and let's get started. So what I'd like you to do is grab some worsted weight yarn. I have 3 colors going, and the 3 colors will help us carry up the side rather than cutting. We're doing a multiple of 17 plus 3. So for this swatch, I have done 17 twice plus 3 more, and you can see how it shrinks up when you work the stitch compared to the beginning chain. So if you're going to expand this to a blanket, which I would love to make a baby blanket out of this, make sure you give extra in your beginning chain if you're not doing any math or measuring for a swatch. So here we go. So we have 17 twice plus 3. We're doing 2 repeats for this swatch. In the 4th chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to double crochet, and then we will put 2 double crochets in the next chain 2 more times. So we are starting off right here with these groups of 2 down here, groups of 2, 3 groups of 2 double crochet in the first 3 chains, and that beginning, the double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook counts as the first double crochet. So we've got right here 3 groups, 1, 2, 3 of 2 double crochets each. Okay, now we are going to skip 1, double crochet in the next, and we'll do that 5 times. So there's 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next, a second time, skip 1, double crochet in the next, a third time, skip 1 and double crochet in the next, a 4th time, and a 5th time, skip 1, double crochet in the next. There's no chains here in between. This is the bottom of the wave. So we have, you can see the wave already beginning to form here. Okay. Now we're going to skip 1 and do 6 groups of 2 without skipping any. So we have got 2 double crochets in the next chain, 2 double crochets in the next chain, and we'll do that a total of 6 times. So you know what I believe, that crocheting is a relaxing and valuable use of your time, our time, my time for sure. So if you agree with me, hit that thumbs up button, like and subscribe to the channel for plenty of patterns and inspiration and relaxation. Let's see how many we've got here so far. We have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups. We're going to do a total of 6. And then we are going to change color at the end of the row. We've got a few more stitches though before we get there. And 1 more grouping of 2. So let's make sure we are right on track, because sometimes when I talk or read or watch TV while I work, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't always count as I go, and then I need to go back and count a little bit, and it's okay. So skip 1 chain, double crochet in the next, and we will do that 5 times. Skip 1, double crochet in the next. This is the 2nd occurrence. Skip 1, double crochet in the next. This is the 3rd occasion. Skip 1, double crochet in the next. This is the 4th time. Skip 1, double crochet in the next for the 5th occasion. We have 4 chains left. We are right on target. We're going to skip 1, and then we're going to place 2 double crochets in each of the next last 3. Okay, and on that 3rd grouping, that is when we will change color. By using 3 colors, as I mentioned before, it'll allow us to just drop the yarn and pick it back up later without having to cut at any point during this sequence, and we will be able to just float the unused color up the sides so that we can put an edging on it later if we do a blanket, and not have to worry about lots and lots of ends, which, you know, annoys me. So now I'm going to just yarn over this final double crochet. I didn't finish that final double crochet. I'm now going to hold the yarn on the back and yarn over and pull through both loops with the new color and snug up those tails. I'm going to chain one and turn. Now I'll just pretend the orange does not exist. I'll let it hang and dangle there. I will not carry it. I'm not even going to bother to work over the tail. I'm going to single crochet in the first stitch, both loops, but then all of the rest of them I am single crocheting in the back ridge, back bar of each stitch all the way across. So we are working evenly. There's no decreasing, there's no increasing. We are just working one stitch for one stitch, but always using the back bar of each stitch. So every other row is this lovely single crochet, and this is what causes the texture to happen. And while I'm talking about this, working in the back loop gives a little bit of a raised texture on the front. Okay, so this is the front of the piece. Here is the back of the piece, also very lovely. I like the little peekaboo colors there, but this is the front. And so we are now working on the back side of the project. And then we will turn and work on the front. But I was about to say, when I was a kid, and the reason that I think this would make such a fabulous baby blanket is because when I was a kid, I don't know about you, but I really, really loved to trace the texture of things. So for example, my grandmother had this old, well, it was old to me, this sofa that had this little shape of on it, and it was a little, I wish I had a, let me draw it for you. It had this little, like, in the sofa, it had this shape like this, and then the next piece would be like this, and it was rounded. So like I could feel the ridge of these shapes, and I used to trace it with my fingers over and over again. And just like children really like fringe, but I don't really like fringe for children always because it can come undone or be a choking hazard to little ones. I do like something with texture and tracing it. I remember also my bed frame had, the headboard had like a wooden curly Q shape to it. And I remember in the middle of the night just running my hands over all of the contours of the bed frame. Okay, and this last stitch, we're gonna single crochet, but yarn over and pull through with the third color. And so I just think that children are very tactile little creatures, and they grow up sometimes to be tactile adults like me. And so I think children would really love this tactile, ridgy blanket. So now we are going to double crochet in the first stitch. I'm using both loops. I like to do the first and last stitch of every row in both loops, but then go in the back loop only from then on for the pattern. So 2 double crochets in the next, 2 double crochets in the next, using the back loop only. Now the next 5 occurrences, we're skipping 1 and double crocheting in the next for 5 occurrences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is what really gathers it together for the lower part of the waviness. And then we will skip 1 and do 6 groupings of 2 double crochets in each of the next subsequent 6 stitches. So we're still doing the back loop only. The rest of the blanket will all be in the back loop only, except for the first and last stitch of every row. And I just do that to help it secure itself. I just feel like when you crochet into one loop or the other, it kind of weakens it. And I want it to be nice and sturdy, especially on the edges of each row. Okay, let's make sure I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 groupings. I need 1 more grouping of 2 double crochet in the back ridge of the next stitch. Then we will skip 1, double crochet in the back ridge of the next one, and we'll do that 5 times. I want to show you how we pull up the orange for the next row. And then I want to tell you a little bit about my idea for making this even more textural. So hang in there. It's not on the swatch. It's a little secret tidbit that really came to me here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1 and then 2 double crochets in each of the last 3 stitches. Okay, so we had dropped the orange, remember the burnt orange terracotta color, we had dropped it, and now I'm going to pick it back up. These are Knit Picks Brava colors, by the way. I'll put the link in the description below. I'm working in both loops of the last stitch, and as I yarn over for the final time on this row, I'm going to drop the purple and pick up the terracotta, and just pick it up. And just don't pull it too tight, just let it be even with the stitches, yarn over, and finish the stitch. Then chain 1 and turn. Okay, so we don't want to pucker it too much. We want it to lay nice and flat along the edge. And then we would go ahead and single crochet like we did. We're only repeating these 2 rows, row number 2 and row number 3, again and again and again. And we're just picking up whatever color happens to be dangling. So when I single crochet all the way across to here, the only color available to pick up is the cut tail of purple, so that's not going to work, is the gray. So it'll be time to pick up the gray again. We'll work the gray back with the double crochets, and the only color available to pick up on this end is the purple. So that's how you know which color comes next. You don't even have to think about the color sequence. It'll be just the one that's available is the one you use when you have this 3-color sequence. Now, my idea for adding even more texture, I'm going to cut this yarn so that I can use it here. My thought is to make this even more textural. I think kids would really love this because I just would love to, like if I was little again, I would love to just trace my finger along the undulating ripples of this and feel these single crochet ridges underneath my hands. But if we were to make it even more textural, I can imagine creating more texture with more stitches. So you could do all of the rows, or you could just do some of the rows, or anything you want, but you could join with a double crochet in the unused loop of a row and just do either another double crochet, or you could do single crochet, or you could do a shell stitch, or you could do a popcorn stitch, or anything you want to add even more texture. So I am just double crocheting in the unused loops of one of those rows, creating even more of a texture on here. You could do it just at the beginning or just at the top. You could do it every gray row instead of every row. Just whatever you want. There's really no rhyme or reason. There's no reason why you can't have fun with it. There's no reason why you can't make it, I don't know, you could even do something more decorative like single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the same spot, and then skip 1. And do these little, I don't know, floret or kind of scallopy feeling. So you would do the single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then chain 1, or I'm sorry, skip 1, and then do the same thing over and over again if you'd like this little like petally type texture on the surface instead. Whatever floats your boat. So I'd like you to give this a try and let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next video. Take care, everybody. Like and subscribe if you don't mind. Thanks. Bye.